Incorta is key to Zeus's AI strategy is because of Incorta's access to data, correct?
Yep,
Right.
absolutely. So,
Right.
and what's
And
also
so,
interesting is,
go ahead.
sorry, there's one piece to that. Remember we talked about the first when I was talking about trust and adoption?
Yeah.
So if you go in anybody in the company, they know what Incorta is, and they know they can use Incorta to get them to their data. So they know we have all these other things, but they don't care. Why? Because they know if they go into Incorta, they're going to be able to do things in that data set that they're not used to doing. So that's so powerful when you think about your company, or if you're a current customer, it's the adoption piece and the trust. That is what allows my team and probably other teams on here to do things you've never seen before, because you're bringing them data to a point that they might not have seen.
I would agree with that, Joe. So in our case, that data lineage and trust is a huge thing.
Oh, yeah.
The capability to fire up a report and have someone say, in our case, it was on-time delivery and in full. Hey, that's not matching what I'm seeing in SAP. So let's pull up SAP. We'll show you where we're getting it from. Well, it turns out that the business logic was different in SAP. So it's not a matter of one thing's right, one thing's wrong. It's just looking at it in different ways. And in Incorta, we've got the capability to move very quickly on the fly, where if we want to make a change in a ERP platform, obviously that's a much more onerous experience to go through. A lot of change control, very, very difficult. So we've got a lot of flexibility, and we can prove where everything's coming in the background. And folks in the user community love the fact that not only is it I can see it, but you can prove it to me. I truly believe this is the best source for all this.
Right. And with that, Jim, if you give me a sense before Incorta, when you'd have these discrepancies in data, what would that lead to, or how long would it take to actually, reconcile that?
Well, to give context, this is in the midst of doing an SAP deployment, right? So we're in a giant business transformation. So I'd say it took a long time, right? Because folks are focused on doing other things. It wasn't a quick discussion. We got to, dig into the background of the ERP to find out what's going on, or figure out who had what MS Access database stashed on what desktop. And it was just a very disjointed experience to try and get down to what's the root cause of all this. Now it's very, very easy, right? Again, we can open up and show everybody what's going on in the schemas, the transformations, any of the calculations that are going into dimensions, and prove out things very quickly and in real time with them.
Great. Awesome. Love to see these themes and hear how our customers are using the product, and hopefully getting ideas from each other.